Hey folks, it's Finn. In this week's vlog upload, I want to talk about self-care, a radical act of self-love. If you follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, you'll see that I've been doing this hashtag 365 days of self-care. I found it on Twitter, and with my mental health being quite difficult recently, my usual self-care methods haven't been working as well as they usually do, and I've been trying to just develop better habits around self-care. So I've been doing this, posting one self-care thing I've done every day on my social media, which has kept me accountable and just helped me to rethink about self-care, because we all need to think about it. Lots of people have messaged me and asked me if I can talk a bit more about self-care and what it is and what it means to me. Of course, I'd be happy to. Self-care is quite simply what it says. It's taking care of yourself. It's something that we should all do, but I think it's something that everybody finds quite hard. We live in such a fast-paced world now that most people neglect themselves at one point or another. But for those of us with mental health challenges, taking care of ourselves, practicing daily self-care is vital in staying well, helping us to avoid a crisis and helping us to get out of one. I also think that those of us with mental health challenges can find it hard to practice self-care because most people find it difficult anyway, and this is how I experience it, because my self-esteem can be quite low when I'm in a low mental health phase, I can disregard what I need and neglect myself and just feel like I'm not worth it, or I can put myself in a situation where I feel bad, I feel selfish for taking care of myself and I think I should be looking after other people, or I'm overcompensating because I feel bad that I'm not able to manage things like everybody else and I'm pushing myself too much. It could be so easy to do this and let our self-care drop drastically. I love the analogy of the oxygen mask. So when you're on a plane, plane's going down, oxygen mask drops. What you first need to do is put your own oxygen mask on, and then you can help other people. And the same is such for self-care. We have to take care of ourselves primarily before we can help anybody else. That's not selfish. It's actually selfish to run ourselves ragged and then fall apart. A less selfish route is to take care of ourselves first, and then when we've got the resources and the strength, we can then look after other people. So what sort of things are self-care? Well, that could be a huge answer. There's so many different ways of looking at self-care. So I'm going to talk about how I manage it myself. With my own self-care, it changes and evolves with my mood. I recently did a RAP course, Wellbeing, Recovery, Action Planning, which was so helpful. And actually re-looking at self-care showed me a really helpful way of actually thinking about it. And I'd been doing something similar but not seeing it like this. And that is imagining it as a traffic light. So you've got red, amber and green. So when it's on green, your mental health is pretty much okay. You can just do whatever sort of self-care you want to through a day. Whether that's something you enjoy doing, reading a book, going out for a walk, meeting up with friends, all of the above. Orange is when you can tell that your mental health is slipping a little bit. So you need to put extra things in place, and that might be acts of self-care where you don't do things like maybe not doing too much at once, slowing things down at work, not spending so much time on social media, not spending so much time indoors, all of those kind of things. And then a red traffic light would be like, okay, I'm now in a really, really difficult mental health state. Mental health crisis is happening. What do I need to do? And that would be where I employ the really basic self-care things on a daily basis. Like, if I really can't get up, then I just say to myself, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up, and just do something basic like put a flannel over my face, get myself plenty of water to drink, and make sure I have a healthy meal. It's really vital to get to know yourself and just go gentle with yourself. I'm going to put a link at the bottom to the Blurt Foundation. They've got loads of really good advice around self-care, and including this hashtag 365 days of self-care. It takes 66 days to make a habit, and doing this every day will really help because you can discover what it is that works for you. What is it? When you have a really good day, what has made that good day? Is it because you've got out even for 10 minutes and had a little walk or had something really healthy to eat? As you explore this on a day-to-day basis and find out what works for you and what doesn't, you can add and change your own kind of daily self-care plan. You know, it can be really basic little care things, or it can be really big brave things. Sometimes for me, self-care is embracing something scary, like perhaps I've just recently joined the LGBT society here. And although it's terrifying, it is self-care, because the more I say, oh no, I'm too scared, and I isolate, I'm not helping myself. So self-care for me sometimes is pushing myself. So it's knowing when self-care is pushing yourself into doing something you're scared of doing, you know, will be good for you. And when self-care is saying, actually, everything's a bit too much, it's okay for me to just sit back today. And that does take a lot of self-exploration and self-knowledge. But it can be a really lovely journey, and it can help you remember things. Like, I really enjoy colouring, and I forget that until I start talking about self-care, and then think, oh, I haven't done that for ages, and I grab my colouring book out. So, you know, it's all about discovering what works for us. There is no set way to do self-care. It is a self-exploration as to what works. But the only really important thing to remember is you are worth it. It is not selfish, and it's something you owe yourself to do every day for yourself. You have been told. So yeah, come and join me over on Twitter and Instagram in tweeting about self-care and what we do that works. It'd be lovely to see other people's journeys and see how you progress in taking care of yourself and treating yourself in the way in which you deserve. Talking about mental health is a good thing, because there is nothing to be ashamed about in having mental health challenges. We all have mental health, we all have bodily health. Sometimes bodies fail and sometimes brains fail. And that's okay. All we can do is look after ourselves when that happens and let go of any shame we feel about it, because it ain't our fault. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out my website for additional information around Mental Health Week that's going on this week, and additional blog posts on there. And don't forget to subscribe to be kept up to date with all the regular Finstallments. Bye bye.